Anyway guys, welcome to another Blimey It's Only. Now I'm absolutely delighted to have my latest guest, Mr Jim Dragon's Lair, Hell's Angel and pioneer of old hardware Bagley. Welcome Squire.
Thank you.
So motorbikes and video games, they tend to be two things that you don't normally get connected. Or is that a false thing, would you say?
There's two other lads at work that have bikes, so maybe not. I don't know.
Possibly.
Possibly, yeah.
Good stuff. So you're married with two daughters, Jim, am I right in thinking that? Yeah.
Yeah.
What age are your kids? I've got a 12-year-old daughter.
10 and 13.
Oh well, you'll know my pain then. You might hear her singing later on. She's upstairs and she's been told not to come downstairs because you can probably just see the stairs at the side though.
Yeah. No.
Good man. So hey, listen, Jim, I've got to say a few questions. What I actually do is I compiled a list of questions, and I've got a small kind of YouTube channel thing which this is going to go out on. And what I do is I ask people for some questions. So I've got a rake of questions here. So we'll just see how it goes anyway. But let's batter on. So firstly, Jim, the question I tend to ask most people is, when did you first become aware or have any exposure to computers? When was your very, very first exposure of a computer, would you say?
When you say computer, how do you class it? Do you class it as arcades? Or...
Aye. I mean, when did you first, was it a Binatone TV game under the telly? Or was it?
Yeah, I had a Binatone. And next door neighbours had an Atari 2600.
Oh, they must have had money then, eh?
And yeah, it was mainly the arcades, and I just got I enjoyed playing them. I just got addicted. And
so, if you don't mind me asking, Jim, what age are you? You'll be
47.
40. Aye, I'm just a year older than you. Aye. So you were. I always think we were very lucky to be here, or we were lucky to be right at the cusp of this whole thing. I think it's hard to explain.
The right time on it.
Aye, I've got a daughter. She's 12 years old. I mean, she's always known PlayStations and iPads, and trying to explain to somebody of I now work with people who were born after the PlayStation came out. I mean, that's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
And they can't quite grasp what it was like. It was such an amazing time.
It was, wasn't it?
You felt like you were just in the cusp. I mean, my first, it sounds like you're interviewing me here, but my first introduction to computer games was my granny actually bought a Binatone. It was the bright orange.
Yeah, the bright orange one.
It was
Did you have the Pong as well, or?
What's that? No, I didn't. I just had the basic, just the Pong version. But she bought this thing for me, and she didn't buy it for me. She bought it, and the first time I saw it, she told me, "Look, do you want to take it home?" But at that point, I think it was the magic of being able to interact with a television.
On a telly, yeah, it was, wasn't it? It was magic times.
It's hard to kind of put into things. So the Binatone, that was your first system.
Yeah.
Then what did you get after that?
Well, I had the 4-game one, which had the it was the Pong, football, and
squash.
2 of the games. Yeah, I can't remember what the other 2 games was. And then the one I got after that was the later edition with the gun as well.
Oh right, yeah, that was actually quite good. That was
I enjoyed that.
I think my mate had that one, and was it not colour as well? I think there was like 2 colours. He had the colour one.
I think it was it? I don't know. I can't remember.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
So after the Pong, what did you move from that? I mean, you obviously moved on a computer at some point.
Yeah, when I started going to high school, they had 6 Sharp MZ8 6 Sharp MZ80Ks and 1 BBC, and obviously everyone was crowded around the BBC and no one was touching the Sharp MZ80Ks. So while I was waiting for my go on the Beeb, I'd play on the Sharp and started writing programs out the book and then rearranging the code or the program to see what does what, and sort of taught myself how to program.
Right. So were you? I always think there's 2 types of people. There's people like myself you know, I think the best I ever wrote was a program where you typed in a number, you had to guess a number. I had no concept of programming. Even now I get blown away with a basic program. Then you got guys like yourself who, did you err towards the programming side? You thought, I want to know how this works, or were you as much into games as well? Did you find you were more into programming?
Yeah, well, it was both. I still enjoy games anyway.
Yeah.
And I think it was my love of games inspired the love of programming, because it was like I wanted to be able to make games.
Aye.
So I knew from an early age what I wanted to do, even though the computer teacher told me, "Oh, you'll never get anywhere playing games." Okay, fair enough.
Hopefully she's watching this now, and she can eat her words.
So, he was a converted maths teacher. Basically, he was a maths teacher, and they said, "You know maths, you can teach computers." So I taught myself faster than he could teach himself. So, I ended up like not learning anything off him, and just going ahead, blitzing through, reading the books, and then just playing, writing bits of code, changing things in the books, and developing my own games.
I think that was it. I mean, as I said, I wasn't a programmer at all, but I think that was the one very like basic and that kind of thing. You could obviously break into the code and list it, and you could just even changing it from like you could put your name in it and things like that. You know, always remember, what was it? I mean, I hate to say it now, but I was a Commodore 64 guy. I got a Monopoly game, and it was written in BASIC. And I don't know if you recall, there was a thing called SAM, which was like a speech synthesizer. And you could run this in the background, and we were able to add in, obviously, sweary words into this thing, into Monopoly, so it was quite good fun. But good stuff. So what would you say is your favourite system? We're talking old school rather than, PlayStation 4 or something now.
Your favourite system?
As opposed to favourite system to program on, what would you say is your favourite system, for programming as well, I suppose,
It's a tough one, because I've loved there's loads of systems that are equally brilliant in every way. Now, Specky, because it's the Specky. The ZX81, because it was my first home computer.
Oh, was it? Yeah.
But both of them, first one I could program on. And then there's the Commodore 64, the SID chip was amazing.
Yeah.
The BBC had some fantastic games. Like everyone, in school, everyone used to wait in queue to play like Pac-Man, Frogger, and Defender, and all the Elite even. So, and I even love the Pac-Man hardware. That's really nice. Dead simple, and then you go to all the consoles like Game Boy, Master System, Game Gear. They were all brilliant, because you could play games portably now and go anywhere, go in the car or whatever.
Of course,
aye. And play. As long as you had enough batteries with you, obviously.
You didn't want a Lynx or a Game Gear.
Well, I was just going to say, and then you got the Lynx as well, another one that had batteries. But that was a great machine. The power in that.
It was.
If it wasn't for the fact the batteries didn't last, that would have beat everything, hands down.
What would you kind of, spec wise, was that in a par with like an ST, would you say, or is there another machine you would say was on a par with? I mean, it had. What did it have? I mean, it was obviously it was impressive looking. Was it like sprite scaling and that kind of stuff, or what?
Yeah, you could scale sprites, and you could. I can't remember which. It was a derivative of 6502. I remember that much. Add extra functionality. God, it's been a while since I touched code on that. Yeah, I think that was it. It was mainly the sprite scaling. I don't think you could rotate them, but you could scale them.
The game I remember in that is probably the most famous game was it the bundled game, was it California Games, and you had the sort of like the registration plate kind of going like that. It looked pretty smart. When obviously you're saying people were playing the Game Boy, which was I don't know how many pixels, it was pretty shite looking. It was like black and white, and then somebody had this thing, you know. But
it's awesome.
You know. I go along to Dave, who we were talking about earlier. I'm a member. We've got this computer club we go to, and one of the guys is taking along. I think Dave's got one actually, and it's incredible. I remember at the time thinking that it had a big screen, but it's actually 99% console, and it's quite
very
small.
tiny screen. Yeah, the resolution isn't brilliant, but I think the fact that you've got all the colours and the scaling, it works really well. And there's some good games for it as well. Some really good games.
And I think that it wasn't particularly successful. I think was that down to the batteries, or was it the price as well? I think it was quite pricey, if I remember rightly. Yeah.
Priced. And like you say, if only the batteries would have lasted longer, it'd have been wiped the floor with everyone.
Yeah.
And the ST and Amiga, again, great computers. And then you can go on to the 386, 486. They when PCs started getting good, and like the likes of Wolfenstein and Doom and all the rest of them. I like there's pretty much everything.
I mean, you can obviously. I can only look at a system from how the games look, but you can look beneath
from
that.
From inside
I mean,
as well.
Is without going into too much detail, is every single computer different?
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah.
I mean, yes and no. They're all different in the way you interact with them and you program them, but the actual logic. I mean, I've been doing like talks in schools and unis and stuff, and people say like, because I know loads of different programming languages, and say, how do you know all them languages? And I said, well, it's pretty simple because they're all much of a muchness. If you understand the logic of what's going on behind the computer, you see that the programming language is very basic in what it does. All you've got is numbers in memory locations, and you can do like little add-in, subtraction, multiplies, divides with the numbers, and you can like compare numbers together, and you can do jump somewhere else if a flag's true or false. So if you can get your head around how that works, you can program in more or less any language.
I was talking to, I've got a mate, Jamie Hampshire, never get his name right. Jamie's, he's programmed, I don't know if you've seen it on the Atari VCS or 2600, called the Wicked Stepfather.
No, I haven't seen that one.
He's an Atari. Yeah, he wrote some music. He wrote, in fact, he won an award last year. You know, Jeff Minter brought out TXK. I don't know if you've seen that.
Yeah.
TXK in the Vita. I love it. Brilliant game. Jamie wrote one of the tracks. Basically, Jeff opened up. He put a post out on his forum saying anybody that wants to write a track can do it. So Jamie, he wrote a track and he actually won an award. But I was talking to him for one of these things, and I was saying, do you have to be good at maths to be a programmer? And he says, well, no, I'm shit at maths. He says, it's been logical and understanding the logic behind it.
Yeah, it's based. I mean, the computer does all the maths for you. You just have to know the logic.
Aye.
So it's not too bad.
Brilliant. Excellent. Right, I'm drifting on probably away down to question 5 here, but I'm actually on number 3, so we'll stick to the script. I do apologise for looking down as well, Jim. Right, I'll just read this right off. It's terrible lighting here. Whilst most of us were happy to just play games, what made you start tinkering with them and made you realise you wanted to program games? We've already kind of explained that you just...
Yeah, I just enjoy playing games, so I enjoy making games. Now, the fact that I can make games is like a gift anyway, because I enjoy playing them, so it's like...
I'll make my own.
Gift that keeps on giving. Yeah.
So did you ever get to a point where you thought, I'm bored of whatever it is, Manic-Miner or something, and I'll just write my own game? Did you actually do that?
No, it was just, I think what it was when I got the ZX81, And again, with the well, I suppose it was more with the Sharp MZ80K at school. I was writing programs in the book, and then I started writing my own games, and I wrote Pac-Man for the Sharp. And it was then that I realised that I can make my own games, so I didn't have to wait. While everyone was waiting in the queue, I was playing loads of games myself.
That you'd run.
Then I'd have my go on the beat. And so it kind of grew from there. It was like I was playing with my own creativity and being able to make games, and then because as well as making Pac-Man, I did a load of other games. Like I did a Star Warsy type game. We've got a little cursor and you shoot baddies in space and stuff. It was only 2D, it wasn't 3D.
Yeah.
It was only early days.
So did you swap it's not swap, when you wrote a game, would you give it to your pals to play as well?
Well, no, not really, because they were on the Sharp and no one really wanted to play with the Sharp, so it was just
It was
really.
It was your dirty little secret. You had this computer, nobody else really wanted to play it, but you had all
yeah,
these brilliant games.
Yeah. So it kind of good when I got to work in the industry, because we could actually start playing my games then.
Fantastic. I know. I remember Jeff Minter. He once said that he started writing games because he bought a game. What was it? I can always. The guy's name was Murray or something. It was on the Vic 20, and it was Asteroids. And he says it was the worst game he's ever played. And he thought, I could do better, and that's what prompted him to start writing games.
Yeah.
Sean Munnery? Hope he's not watching this, by the way.
Yeah. It was basically wanting to copy the arcade games, so I could play the arcade games without having to spend a fortune to play them.
Nice if you've got the talent to be able to do that, you know. But fantastic. Right, tons to go through here anyway. So right, were you self-taught or did you use reference books to help learn? I think again you've already touched on that.
It was self-taught, but initially it was using the books to copy the programs. Some programs out just to get an idea of how what the instructions were and how to use them. And then once I realised it was just a case of moving numbers around in variables, then it was pretty straightforward.
Just learn the basics and then can you build up from it, sort of thing.
And then just got on with that. Yeah. Did
you do obviously when you're writing your own games, you were doing your own graphics? What were your graphics skills like?
Awesome, stickman. Best programmer graphics ever.
Thing is, what was I playing? I was playing a game. I can't remember what I was playing. I mean, I've got a stupid amount of systems, and you play some of these games, old games, and a lot of it was you filled in the gaps with your imagination, and I always maintain.
That's a good thing about the ZX81.
Aye, you had to. Aye.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was. I was playing some game, and I was really, really getting into it, and I realised, and I came away from it, and I thought, that game's bloody awful when you look at it, but it was a fantastic game. And if I was to put, a ZX81 or probably even that's probably not even right. I mean, my daughter, because I've got all the systems, she has played a lot of systems. She'll quite happily put a SNES on or whatever sort of thing. But I think 99% of young kids, if you put a Spectrum in front of them, they would just be like, nah, you're all right, and load up Call of Duty.
Yeah.
But anyway. Right, let's see. I did a bit of Wikipedia, so I'm sure this must be 100% true. At the age of 17, I sound like this is your life, by the way. At the age of 17, hang on a second, let me read one right. At the age of 17, you approached a local computer shop asking if they knew of any video game companies local, and you applied and started your first job in 1986, and you worked for Consult Computer Systems. Is that correct? Oh, hey, there you go. Where you had your first ever game published called Throne of Fire. Yeah,
and to make things worse for me, but no pressure, it was a Mike Singleton game. And so no pressure there. First job in the games industry.
Mike Singleton worked for the same company?
No, he had Maelstrom.
Ah, right, okay.
They subcontracted to Consult, to do Dark Sector and Throne of Fire, and I was doing Throne of Fire.
So were you given that game to write then?
Yep.
Ah, right. And what do you can you get given? You told it needs to be about this, that, and the next thing.
Document saying I want this, and this, and like 129 rooms and this and you're in a castle on the top of a volcano, and the castle's shaped like this, and the rooms are here. Showed you where all the rooms were, so I basically just copied them for the maze or for the map, and then got the game playing, and we had to figure out how we were going to do it, what size sprites we were going to do, and obviously with them doing Dark Sector as well, it needed to be like semi-big sprites.
So how long were you given to write this? Were you given sort of?
It was quite a while with it being the first one. I can't remember how long it took, but I know it was over the winter, because I ended up like having the bike broke by me the boss. Basically, we ended up having to do late shifts, and so I ended up leaving my bike there once, and the boss borrowed it and broke it on me, which was nice.
Oh, did he buy a new one?
No, he didn't.
He didn't?
No. So I told him to do one, and
and that your career finished there and then.
Yeah.
So Throne of Fire, so it wasn't a post curry simulator then, though.
No.
No, it wasn't that. So that was that your first ever commercial game then?
Yeah, it was my first commercial game.
And how did that sell? Do you know? Did you?
I don't know.
Did you get given like £500 or something? Were you given a one-off?
Nope.
No.
No, it was just paying wages, just like a YTS payment at the time, which was like ridiculously low. But again, it was me step into the games industry, so I didn't mind.
I suppose so. I mean, I suppose back at 17 years old, it was like a dream come true. I mean, I was working in a wages department, and you were coding games, you know. So I know what job I'd rather have had that enough. But excellent. Okay, right, I'm looking at, again, Wikipedia, it must be true. I'm looking down here at the list of programming languages that you apparently know. Z80, 6502, 6809E, 680XO?
Yeah, 68,000, 68,020. It's just the different variations of 68.
Right, okay, yep. There's numerous other ones, C,
yep.
C++, blah, blah, blah. One glaring omission's basic. Now, if you need any pointers, give me a shout. Yeah, and there's one here, OpenGL DirectX, yep, fine with that. Aram and Thumb, PIC microcontroller ASM and parallax propeller spin in ASM. You've just made that up, haven't you?
No.
Go and explain that one.
The PIC is a little microcontroller. I haven't even got any. I can't find one offhand.
Shout with them.
Yeah, it's just a little microcontroller, like a little 8-pin chip, or 16-pin, or 32 or 40-pin chip. And I wrote on the 40-pin chip version. I wrote like a fruit machine in colour. It wasn't. It generates the TV picture as well itself, because there's no TV out or anything.
So was this chip like a standalone sort of thing?
Yeah. This is a parallax propeller.
Okay, right.
It's just a little chip, the diamond one. And okay. Is this going to fire up? Oh, the battery dead. Nope, I think the battery's dead. I could have shown you. It's like a little badge, for like guests and hosts, that like conference badge, where it's a hackable one from Parallax.
Right. Okay. So I'm not quite with you. So what would you use that for, Jim? What would that be for?
Well, it's like a name tag, and you go around at shows and stuff.
Right. Yeah.
And you can. The idea of it is like you can mingle, and you get the names. Like if you show the badge to another badge, it'll copy the names over. You'll get your email sent to them. They'll give you your email address, and
right. Okay.
obviously, and then at the end of the day, when you get it back home or whatever, you can just copy it from back to a PC. Get all the email addresses.
Fantastic.
But because it's hackable, I wrote Wolfenstein engine on it.
As you do, obviously, aye.
Yeah. I'll try the other battery. So 2 batteries. See if it works.
And has that got a little LED thing that will come up or something?
It's got a little
right, yeah.
There you go.
Fantastic. It's a wee bit blurred.
I don't know if you can see that.
It's just all lit up. I can't really actually see anything on it. Oh wait a minute, that looks like, is that like Scramble or something? No?
No, it's Wolfenstein.
It's hard to actually see it.
You can't see it because
it's insane. I can see it about now. Wow. Wow. Don't move. Keep it perfectly still. That's fantastic. So, can you control that in any way?
Yeah, you can control it. I've posted a video on YouTube, so
you have done that, yeah.
I'll send you a link after.
Oh, good man. Superb. So, what's your next programme? You're going to write Quake on a TV remote control or something?
No, maybe not.
You're obviously the man that just keeps pushing boundaries. Fantastic.
Yeah. Obviously with the ZX81 Dragon's Lair.
Aye. Well, we'll come to that. Just hold your horses. Fantastic. Right, anyway, where are we? Blah, blah, blah. Right, okay, I've already cracked that joke about the basic. Right, let's have a look. Right, I might have already asked you this, despite being into video games from 1983, I still can't get my head around how even the simplest video game is programmed. The farthest I got was writing the guess the number game, blah blah blah.
Yep.
Okay, that's fine, I've already covered that. Jeff Minter once told me when he writes a game, the very, very first thing that he does is he gets the player's ship into the game. He gets the controller, he gets the thing moving, and then he builds the game around it. Have you got a tried and tested method that you use when you, if I came to you and said, right Jim, I need a game, it's all about, I don't know, whatever, some platform game.
First thing you do is you get the feel for the game, get something on the screen, moving around, a little character or a little gun or a little ship or something, depending on what game you're writing. And then just get it moving around how you feel. It's nice and smooth and worthy of a game, and then you work your game around that, like your jumps. If you're doing a platformer, you do it how you feel it runs, and then you calculate what the jump is, and then the distance of the jump, you use that for then making your maps.
Right, okay, yeah. I've always wondered that. So say for example, like we'll just see Manic-Miner, you've got to jump from platform A to B. You'll get the sprite, or you'll get the character jumping. He jumps 10 pixels, so you then know that you've got to put the platform 10 pixels apart, sort of thing. Is that how it works? Right.
Yeah.
See, I'm halfway there already. I mean, for my complete non-techie person like myself, I just, it blows me away how guys like yourself can actually put games together. So you'll get the character in place, and then you'll just build a level around the character. And
then what you do is you build like bits of platform for them to jump on, and then And then you say, right, well, I've got the main characteristics of the game, and then you add a baddie, and then you see what kind of things you want the baddie to do, whether you want it to float around, whether you want it to run on platforms, whether you want it to just stand still or what. You know. And then you interact with the bad. No, is it the baddie going to shoot you? Is it going to just walk into you and kill you, or what? And then that way you've got the basics of your game and your interaction with it. And then you just expand on that. You add more baddies and different types.
Yeah, and then so once you've got a kind of collection of baddies and obstacles, you'll then just build the levels together and change the graphics, whatever sort of thing. So did you, back in the day, like use the old graph paper and that kind of thing? Was it?
Yeah, in the early days, I'd do graph paper and like make me levels up or mazes up with the graph paper, just drawing squares on them. And for doing sprites, user-defined characters and stuff on the Specky, I'd do that. But then I started using a program called Melbourne Draw on the Spectrum. It was from, I think it was Melbourne House, and you could basically draw stuff on the Spectrum. Hold on a second.
No worries. It's always the way. I've got two dogs as well. One wants out for a pee, and he goes out and comes in, and the other one wants out.
Yeah, I know.
The tongue slipping down.
Bloody night.
Well, you must say, what is it? You want out for a pee? No, he's all right just now. He'll be. I've got one dog that'll make a noise, and another dog just does it on the floor. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. So it's just you get the ship in place, get all the baddies and that kind of stuff, and then just build the levels.
Just build the levels.
And then presumably you do. Did you like? Would you call it not bug hunt? What would you call it? Look for bugs as and when you're doing it, or did you have like a program that would?
Try not to write bugs.
Try and avoid it. That's a good point.
You just test as you go along, anyway. So it becomes easier to spot the bugs. Spot them as you've tested the bit of code that you've just written, and you'll know. Yeah,
so you'd make sure one particular routine's bug free, and then you're quite happy you can put that in a program, and then hopefully it'll be bug free. Fantastic, excellent. Excuse me. Right, looking at the 8-bit games that you've programmed, Jim.
Yep.
Most of them seem to be for the Spectrum and the Amstrad. Was this because they shared the same processor? Is that correct? They both.
They both said 80. And they both had like on the Amstrad there was Mode 1, which was same pixel aspect ratios to Specky. So you ended up doing monochrome, almost monochrome on the Amstrad ports to the Specky because special effects didn't want to pay for an Amstrad artist.
Is that right?
So it was sort of an afterthought. They only got the Amstrad because I was saying, why don't we do the games on the Amstrad? And they were, okay, go on then. I said, thanks. So I ended up having to do like Spectrum and then do an Amstrad afterwards. And what?
And make popcorn.
I don't mind if you make popcorn.
I'm gonna play like.
No, it's so right.
Yeah, that's good. Right.
That's 13-year-old. Just making popcorn.
I love the bandana, by the way, and the wee dog in the background.
Yeah. So, where was I?
So the effects didn't want to pay for a separate Amstrad programmer. So is that why a lot of the games looked identical?
Yeah, basically, it was quicker to use this because after doing the Spectrum game, the Specky artist would do like a quick colour of adding an extra like skin tone into the sprites. I mean, I couldn't have done it myself, just as quick, considering how tiny and effort you put into it. But what we'd do is we'd get the because I'd written the Spectrum version, it was easier to use the Spectrum graphics. All the layouts and everything would be the same than if we'd have used the Commodore stuff, because the sprite sizes are different, the screen size is different. No, it's totally different. So the coding would have to be rewritten to work with the Commodore graphics. So like the amount of sprite animations and sprite sizes, and everything would be different. So what? Please. And so yeah, we'd use the specky part because it's quicker, because I didn't have much time, because there was a guy doing the Commodore 64 version of the game, and I had to do the specky and then do the Amstrad and then get back onto the specky of the next game that the Commodore 64 guy was doing, because otherwise I'd fall behind. So I had to do two versions while everyone else just did one. So it was my own stupidity, I think. So if I hadn't said, why don't we do this, the Amstrad version, I wouldn't have had to do the Amstrad versions of any of the games.
Aye. Okay, superb. In addition to these two systems, Jim, you've obviously programmed for, to start again off Wikipedia, Game Boy, Game Gear, Master System, Mega Drive, 32X, PC, Saturn, PlayStation, Game Boy Advance, etc. Putting out classics, obviously, Midnight Resistance, Kamal, etc. Did you program for the Lynx by any chance? No, you were talking about it.
Lynx? Yeah, but it was never released.
Really?
Yeah.
Why was that?
It just never got finished because the company I was doing it for sort of died.
Really? Did you get anything for it? No.
Nah.
Deary me.
Back.
Jane D, excellent. Right, super. So it was just one game that you wrote for the Lynx, and it never actually saw the light of day.
It's going to be called Crazy Chef, and
was it a Burger Time clone, was it? No.
Yeah, no, it was more. You're in a diner and you're the chef, a robot chef, and you have to like get the ingredients, take it to the cooking thing, and cook it, and you have to cook it to the right time of how they wanted it done, because if you left it too long, it'd burn. So you have to like get it out and do other things as well while you're doing it.
Getting orders coming in and everything. Right, okay. I think I played something similar to that down in. It was one of the Play Expos. I think it was a couple of years ago. It was an indie game, and it's never actually seen light of day. It looked quite good actually, but I think it was multiplayer, and everybody had their own part in the kitchen, and you were getting orders, and you're on to cook stuff, and so that's a shame. So you've never got the code anywhere. It's not one of these things that's going to be released into the wild at any point.
I don't know. I don't even know if I've still got it. Possibly in the attic somewhere.
Yeah, well, you'll need to. Obviously, I need to get first preview of it. Brilliant. Of all these systems, what would you say was the easiest and the hardest ones to write for? If that's possible, would you say? Is that out of all these systems that we mentioned?
Yeah.
What's the easiest and the hardest one?
What
would you say?
That's a difficult question.
I suppose. I mean, you've obviously you know the Spectrum inside out.
Yep.
So nowadays that would be
Spectrum is probably the easiest one to write for, because Z80 and I know it inside out. There's no hardware to help you out. But at the same point, I suppose I could say Pac-Man hardware is easy because it's Z80 and I know it. I got the memory map once. I found the memory map back in 2012 when I did Pac-Manic-Miner-Man.
Yeah.
That became an easy thing. I've already written like Jetpack for it as well, and
you've written Jetpack for the Pac-Man hardware, have you? Really? You'll need have you got a ROM? Have you got a ROM? You could send me for that, or need you?
Yeah.
If you could, aye.
Yeah, should be able to. Yeah.
Ah, you could. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Did you get John Studley to test your Pac-Man at all? No. Does he live quite close to you, by the way? I know it's because you're both Scousers. You must live 2 minutes down the road for you, know?
Yeah. He's over the water in Liverpool, I think.
Right, yeah. I had him on. He was the last guy. I had him on about a couple of months ago, but I've been trying to tie up with him because obviously he got the perfect Pac-Man.
Yeah, he did,
But,
didn't he?
just trying to get a mutual type.
It was him that taught me how to. It was.
Aye, so just a quick one before we move on. So to let me understand, the Spectrum doesn't have any special chips, so it's pure machine code. So everything, it's like a clear picture. Whereas obviously something like the C64, you've got chips, different chips for sound. So yeah, so does that make it technically more difficult to learn? Does it, or is it just? Because I've just noticed I don't see the C64 in your list. Did you actually write any games for the Commodore?
Commodore 64, yeah, they were never published because the reason they were never published was because we had two Commodore 64 programmers at Special Effects and Rage, so they did the Commodore 64 stuff. So I did Z80 stuff. I did the 6502 stuff out of my own interest because I wanted to learn 6502 anyway because I thought it handy.
Yeah, so obviously you weren't just pigeonholing yourself in the sort of the 68,000 codes. You could do other systems as well. So aye. So
I taught myself 6502 because I learned 6502 before I learned Z80. It was on the Beeb, on a program on the Beeb. I didn't know the name of the program because I remembered the name of the program recently, but I've forgotten it again now. It had like little boxes that you could put like a number in, and each number correlated to an instruction. Sort of similar to 6502, and you could run it and it changed numbers in other boxes and stuff. So you got to learn sort of how to like load a number from a box and from a memory address and add it to another number and store it somewhere else and stuff like that. So I learned on that, and then from learning that, I started doing little bits of 6502 on the Beeb in school, and then once I learned enough on 6502 to understand how the instructions work, and I thought I'll do Z80 as well for the Specky because that's what I got at home. So I never touched Z80 when I was on the ZX81. So in basic then. So that was one of the reasons why I did Dragon's Lair and Jim Bagley's ZX81 racing recently.
Never seen Jim Bagley's racing, did you say?
Yeah, Jim Bagley's ZX81 racing.
I've never seen that one, no.
It's a high-res racing game.
Oh wow.
Two modes. One's time trial and one's endurance. The time trial is how fast you can get around 10 laps, and the endurance is you start off at a set speed, and you have to, every time you go around the lap, your speed increases, so you see how fast you can get to.
What without, is it kind of super sprint type graphics?
Yeah, super
is
sprint.
Is it? Aye, oh, brilliant, aye.
Yeah. Right. Quick Google search.
Fantastic.
And there's the title screen.
Superb. So what is that you've showed me, Jim? Is that just the title screen, I take it, is it? Of the game?
Yeah, the title screen.
Right.
It's just on Google. Just Google search for Jim Bagley's ZX81 Racing.
I'll write that down.
And then there's some of the levels.
Fantastic. So how does one actually get to play that then? Is that available online, is it?
No.
I think I've got it on my website. I think I've got a link on the website, but if not, it's in. Is it in? No, it's on the ZX81. Is it Sinclair ZX World?
Wireless Racing or something, isn't it?
I'll send you a link anyway.
Good man, good man. So Jim Bagley's, what's it called? Championship race? Or not?
Jim Bagley's ZX81 Racing.
ZX81. Fantastic.
Yeah, basically what happened was, after doing Pac-Manic-Miner-Man, I decided what I was going to do next was revisit the ZX81 because I found some information online on how to do the high res, because I'd always wondered how they did like the Miner 49 on the ZX81 we have high res, and I thought now that I know Z80 I can program a ZX81. It's like you have to, with the ZX81 you have to program the screen as well, the way the hardware for the ZX81 only sets the interrupts up, and you have to sort of feed it the line data when it's generating the screen.
Is that so that, because one thing that used to always confuse me was when you would hear programmers talking, saying that you could display, when you ran a command in a ZX81, the screen would blank out. It's like, well, how the hell can you use it if it's blanking out? So is that why you have to do this thing with the screen at the same time?
That was because when it was reading the keyboard and stuff, and it displays something, it'd just take too long setting it all up probably, and then when it was drawing it, it sort of ran out of time, because like the raster that draws the screen on the telly, when it goes back to the beginning again, if you run out of time and you haven't done everything you needed to do, you'd have missed drawing the screen again, so that's why the screen blanks out.
Ah, I see, right.
ZX81's a bit easier in the fact it does the interrupts for you, and then you just have to feed it the data for when you need to. So that made it so the ZX81 didn't go blank. It was the ZX80 that, when you typed in.
Ah, was it? Right, okay, right. I never actually got to see a ZX80.
Yeah. So yeah, like I say, I found the instructions on how to do the high res screen, so I thought I'll make a high res game. And so the first one I thought of was ZX81 Racing.
So when did you write that? Was that fairly recent? Was it?
About 2012, I think.
Was it really? Aye, right.
And then it was Dragon's Lair.
Well, yeah, good. Right, I've got a list of that. I'll check that one out.
Yeah.
Right, now I was obviously being a C64 man. I mean, I'm ashamed to say that back in the day, obviously it was you were either C64 or your Spectrum.
Yeah.
And I've got to say, having a C64 when my mate had a Spectrum, and when I used to look at his games, I just like Jetpack, I just thought it looked rubbish compared to like Iridium and all that. But I've had a Spectrum now for 10 years, and I hate, well, we burnt at the stake for saying this, but I actually think, some of the Spectrum games are just phenomenal. There's something about the Spectrum. It was always underdog. It looked rubbish. The keyboard was rubbish, but some of the games, it was all the gameplay, and even the wee beeps and buzzies and some of the things it was able to do. It was all about the games, and I've got to say that I would, the nostalgia side of me would say C64 because that's where my memories are. But I love my Spectrum to bits. I really do. So I've obviously been playing a lot of games on it. But yeah, I was playing Midnight Resistance last night, and I've got to say it's a fantastic game. It's very kind of Metal Slug meets Contra, isn't it?
Yeah.
When did you write that? Was it 1986? I think it was, if I remember. I was actually having a quick shot
something
tonight.
Around there, yeah. 85,
aye.
87.
I think it was 86 actually.
Yeah, possibly 86, yeah.
I think, yeah. I was looking at some of the comments. In fact, I did a quick, was it World of Spectrum Readers Top 100, and it was 11th in the best Spectrum game of all time.
Awesome.
So there you go, above all the Ultimate games. That's not bad at all, eh?
Yeah.
Get that in your CV. So I'm saying here, was there a reason you never programmed for the C64? But you already said that obviously Special Effects, they had their own C64 programmers. So
I made my own. Daddy! 64 games.
After moving from Consult Computer Systems, you went to Canvas Software, where you wrote a couple of games, then moved to Special Effects.
Yeah.
Obviously that's where Jonathan Joffa Smith Was it Jonathan that started to come up with some other guy? I think, eh?
Yeah, Paul Finnegan.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And when did you join special effects?
It was the same year the Guts came out. It was the fair.
Sorry, same year.
Same year Guts came out.
Which was, when would that be? Like,
Let me just bring it up.
so did you? I mean, again, I've been a C64 guy. I wasn't really aware of Jonathan, but I knew obviously some of his games are absolutely phenomenal. Hyper Sports. Did he do Green Beret as well? I think in the Spectrum.
Yeah,
I think he did, and he obviously did. What was the other one? Hyper Sports Cobra, which is one of the top games. Did Jonathan? Did you find that you learnt a lot from him and he learnt from you? Was it?
Yeah, it was interesting. It was good. I think I learnt more from him, obviously. So I was new to the industry,
he was actually pretty good at doing his own graphics as well. Eh? He was quite clever. Eh?
No. I used to annoy me that because I couldn't draw.
You can't have everything, eh?
Yeah. He could do the music as well, which made
Did
it
he really?
even
So he was able to. Aye.
That's what I'll be while we're there.
Okay. Guts 88.
1988. Oh, right. So wait a minute. Midnight Resistance. I'm sure that was I thought it was 1986. I was playing it earlier on actually. So that would have come out after Guts.
90.
Sorry.
90.
1990.
Yep.
Really?
Really.
I'm talking rubbish then. 1990. So that was the kind of a latest game for the Spectrum then, wasn't it? Aye. Well, there you go. I was playing it when you went down to the shops. I thought I'll nick up and have a quick shot of it. And I was playing it. I was convinced it was 86, but obviously you're telling me that's not the case. But there you go.
Yeah.
Now I know you never directly worked. I've actually just finished reading Chris Wilkinson's book, The Ocean Story.
Yep.
I don't know if you've seen it. It's actually a really good read.
Mm-hmm.
I know you never worked directly for Ocean, but you were commissioned to write a few games for them. Did you have much contact with the guys from Ocean, or?
Yeah. I used to go there quite regularly.
To their actual offices, aye?
Yeah. I've been to the offices a few times, and good friends with the lads there.
Where were they based about again? Was that in Liverpool as well, was it?
They were in Manchester.
Manchester, right. So when were you working? Were you working with Ocean or for them when you were with Special Effects?
Yeah.
Right.
Basically, Special Effects were contracted to write the games. We called them the games that Ocean didn't want to do.
Exactly. Why would that be? They just didn't have the guys to program it, or just
things like Hudson Hawk was a flop, so they obviously didn't want to do that. Cabal and Midnight Resistance had shed loads in it, and they had to convert it to the Specky in Commodore 64.
What? They didn't want to do Cabal, and now it's your game.
Yeah, it was just stuff like that. Because usually they used to be able to pick it, what they wanted to do.
So they would cherry pick and then say that, I don't want that,
It was like, why is this coming to us? And then you play Midnight Resistance and find out how big it is and what you want to put that in Specky. So I did.
So was that a game that they obviously looked at and thought, nah, we'll give that to you guys, let them have a shot of it? And
possibly. Or it could have just been that they were all busy at the time. I don't know.
Yeah. We'll
just guessing.
We'll give them the benefit of the doubt in that one. They were obviously too busy.
Yeah.
Now I've got here, I noticed that every 8-bit and even some console games you wrote were all done by yourself. I mean, did you do the graphics for some of these?
No. They were all done by an artist. I can't draw for toffee, so it's just as well I didn't do the graphics or the music. I wrote music drivers for some of the games, but
yeah. So most of the games, the graphics weren't yours then, no.
What was what?
So most of the games that you actually wrote commercially.
Yeah.
What about Throne of Fire? Was that your own graphics? Was it?
The ones I've done commercially, I've not done any of the graphics for.
Right. So you're firmly a programmer, a coder, yeah. What would you class yourself, a coder or a programmer, or are they both the same?
Coder.
Code monkey, I don't know. Brilliant. Now, I've got a list of games that I've written. I'm not going to attempt to read them all. Tons and tons. Hudson Hawk. Now, I know that was. I know the film was rubbish, but apparently the game itself was actually pretty good.
Yeah, I enjoyed the game. We just basically what happened was we got the script for the movie. It was an early script as well, so it wasn't even a finished script. And we realised that this isn't going to be a good movie, so we just made it fun, and we put loads of silly things in, like the thing, people throwing plant pots at you in the levels, and going through the vents, and like the blades chop you up, and just made it fun.
So how much kind of freedom did you get when you were writing games like that? Were you given, you had to stick to things, and did it get put through? Did it?
Thing is, we weren't given any photos of any scenes or anything. It was just what was in the thingy, so we had to make it up. And obviously, the Vatican, you can get some reference for the Vatican, but everything else was we just made it up. We do the top of Rutherford's building, and then so as long as you put Rutherford's, doesn't matter what the building looks like, and put a line across, because you go across from building to building.
Right, yeah.
And then just carry on from there, however the game works.
So how much, like when you were writing games for Ocean, did they kind of give you a free for all, right guys, we need this back by blah blah blah, or did they kind of want you to see it? Did you have to go in on a weekly basis and show them what you'd done? Or?
You got 3 months, do this, we want you to do this film or this arcade game or whatever. You got 3 months, there you go. And if we were doing an arcade port, they'd usually give us like the arcade PCB in a briefcase, and you just connect it up to a telly.
Oh, right, yeah.
And then you'd go on free play, so you can just learn how, just play through it completely. So you'd be able to know what's in it, and how to get from all the way through, because you just keep putting another coin in there, and then continuing.
So, see, when you wrote like Midnight Resistance, obviously based on an arcade game, was that just you would play a level and then you would try and from your memory thing, right? That's how it looks. You weren't given any code as such or anything like that, so it was really
given any code or any of the graphics. Basically, we just had to. We ended up like it was me playing it, and because I was the only one that could get through, and they'd play, they'd video it, and then the artists would play it back, so they could map out a sort of rough how the level looks, and then they end up drawing the bits and putting it all together in map editor and stuff.
Fantastic.
And doing a load of sprites for the different baddies and vehicles and planes and all kinds of things that was in.
So did you have to get the sprite for what's his face, Bruce Willis? Did that have to get run past him at all? Or?
Yeah, the
really
Hawk, that had to be approved. Same with the Arnold Schwarzenegger ones.
Is that right? Yeah.
They obviously had to approve them, but obviously Bruce Willis is a bit vain. We couldn't have it look like him because it wouldn't portray his inner beauty good enough. So we ended up doing a caricature.
Left his poo.
Brilliant. Right, yeah, I mean, I'm looking at a list here. Throne of Fire, Roadrunners, Street Sports Basketball, World Class Leaderboard, Guts, Batman, Caped Crusader, Red Heat, Amstrad, Red Heat, Spectrum, Cabal, Midnight Resistance. So you did the Amstrad one as well then?
Yeah.
Did you? Obviously, you've been...
Basically, I had like 3 months to do one, and then like a little bit extra to do the other version. So it had to be as quickly ported as possible, which is why it was a specky port and I didn't have an artist anyway to do a proper 16 colour Amstrad version.
Right. How did you, to be fair, I didn't actually realise you'd done the Amstrad one. How did that turn out compared to the Spectrum one? It's
just slow, because the screen's twice as big as the Spectrum one. Just memory wise, so it's a lot slower to drawing the screen and refreshing the screen so the game runs slower, which is a bit of a pain. But
so the Spectrum one, you would say, is the better version.
Yeah.
Definitely, aye, superb. Hudson Hawk, you did the Game Boy, Amstrad Spectrum, Ultimate Soccer. That's page 285 done.
Right.
You also did, interestingly, you did Defender and Joust compilation for the Game Boy.
Yeah.
Superb. It said programmer for Defender, so you did the programming just for Defender then, was it?
Yeah, one of the other lads at Rage London did the Game Boy version.
Right.
Well, the Joust version, I mean.
Right, that was the only thing. Striker, that's a good game actually. Striker for the 32X. Revolution X. That wasn't the one with Aerosmith, was it? No.
Yeah, that
was it? Oh, right, I remember playing that. Oh, you did that one. Oh, fantastic. Did you get to meet them at all? No.
No.
Had to ask anyway.
Yeah, we just got the game to play.
Yeah. Was that not based on an arcade game?
Yeah.
Well, it was.
It's not a game, yeah.
What was the idea of the game again? I'm trying to remember.
What
was the idea? What was the premise behind Revolution X?
Music is a weapon. That was the idea, and you fire CDs and stuff. And
right. Oh, excuse me, 2 seconds, Jim. That's my phone. Technology going mad. She's in the kitchen. She's phoning me.
Just want to be seen.
Is that?
Just want to be seen.
Yeah. So Revolution X. Doom and the Saturn. Again, I've got to admit, I've never actually played Doom and the Saturn. I didn't even realise it was out for that.
Yeah.
How did that turn out? I know the PlayStation was excellent. The PlayStation version.
Basically, it was kneecapped by John Carmack. When I did the prototype for them to approve, I only found out like a couple of years ago when I did the show in Wolverhampton, the revival, retro revival, and John Romero there.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. So I had a chat with him about it because I said we ended up spending like lunchtime together, and I was saying to him, look, I need to ask you a question. It's been bugging me for like 19 years, and it's like basically when I did the demo, I had it running like full frame rate, full screen at 60 frames a second, and why did I get the phone call like 3 days after sending the demo over to you, saying, from John Carmack, saying, I don't want you to use the 3D hardware. You've got to use the processor, the CPU to draw everything. I said to him at the time, when he told me, he said, if I do that, it's going to be slow. It's going to be sluggish, and it's not going to be anywhere near what it could be. I said, no, I don't want you using the hardware. It's got to be look exactly like the PC one. And so basically, it's that all down to John Carmack.
Really?
Because he didn't like the way the Saturn hardware drew the polygons.
Was that because it was going to look too good?
Probably look better, yeah.
Really, aye.
So
did it end up being a processor only as opposed to?
So anyway, when I spoke to John Romero about it in Wolverhampton the other year, he said he was used because it was his company. He was the one who looked over the games and approved it or not, and he did all the other versions of Doom approvals, and when it comes to Saturn Doom, he was away on holiday that week, and John Romero obviously took it and didn't like it because he didn't like the Saturn, and so anyway, John Romero said that if he'd have seen it and it was running full screen and full frame rate, he'd have said, finish that version, and when you're done, port it back to the PC. So God knows what would have happened if the world would have changed a bit, I think.
Probably, aye. So the version that got released for the Saturn was the one without the 3D hardware using it then.
Yeah.
So it's not. It's not a patch on what the original
it could have been,
version you
it
had.
could have been a lot better.
Aye, that's a shame.
Yeah, I was well gutted with that.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
We'll need to have a look for it actually. I have got a Saturn upstairs. Brilliant. What's this one? Tommy Mackinnon. Was it Mackinnon Rally for the PSX? Premier League Stars, Supreme Snowboarding, Tiny Toons, Buster Saves the Day.
Yep.
Go on then, what was that on? What test your knowledge? What system was that?
The Buster Saves the Day. The Tiny Tunes, that was on the Game Boy Color.
Yeah, well done. MTV Sports, Tech Duck Skateboarding.
Yep.
Nancy Drew Message in a Haunted Mansion. I'll pretend I didn't see that one. Strike Force. was work getting a bit thin in the ground? Did you have to watch back-to-back episodes or something for that one?
Well, I was doing the Tech Deck skateboarding and for an American company, and then it was got another game for you. It's a bit different from what you used to. But, Nancy Drew was like, well, go on then, because
yeah. Moving on.
Okay.
We can cut that bit out.
Yeah.
Strike Force Hydra, International Karate Plus, Game Boy Advance. That's a fantastic version. I play that a lot.
Visual ports again.
Yeah, PlayStation. Was it really? Aye.
Yeah.
Was that just based on
What
the C64 one?
Again, look at it visually how it works, and then rewrite the game to using my code rather than the original code to play how it plays on the original. So, to say it's a cracking conversion, then
That is good. Did Archer McLean give you any hand with that at all, or had he kind of moved on at that point?
No, he was busy working on his game, and so.
No, so it was just really down to yourself just to play it and
Yeah.
over. So I see you done the PSX or the PlayStation 1, PlayStation as we call it. Was
Yeah.
that after? That would have been after the Game Boy Advance, was it? Or was that before? Even
Yeah.
more like Jack's out, please.
To the Game Boy Advance version.
Sorry, say it again, Jim. Sorry.
It was after the GBA version.
Ah, was it? Right. Okay.
Yeah, I did the four Game Boy Advance versions and then 5 PS1 versions.
Right.
They were all for Ignition.
Yeah.
IK Plus, Super Drop Zone,
Of course, that's yep.
Animal Snap,
And World Tennis Stars as well. So here.
Stars, and the other one was Strike Force Hydra.
Oh, aye, yep, for the PlayStation 1, yeah. I think this list was taken off your website actually. So.
Yep.
So, I know it's accurate. Give me 2 seconds. I've got another dog going out for a pee. Hang on a second. So, what was your last commercial game then, Jim? Was it Animal Snap?
The last commercial one.
Aye.
No, it's Apple Bob.
Sorry?
Apple Bob.
Apple. Right. When was that released?
Recently.
Ah, right. So you've not updated your.
No, I've not updated the website for a while. I should update it.
In fact, yeah. Sorry, I've got a joke here.
The latest release, other than Dragon's Lair actually is the latest release. And latest work related thing is V-Time, which
right.
is
I'm going to talk about that in a wee bit actually.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah, I did actually have a wee bit here. You
Are
also
you
made.
going to play Blackpool?
I can't go to play Blackpool, but I will be going to Glasgow one.
I'll bring the headsets with me and I'll show you it then.
Oh, good man.
Too far.
What one was that? Manchester, did you say?
No, I'm going to both.
You're going to both? Aye.
I'm going to Manchester, Blackpool and Glasgow.
Right. I was at, what was that? Last year I was at Blackpool. Did I go to Manchester as well? Can't remember actually. Okay, right. We've already touched on that one. Right, moving on a wee bit, Jim. You were obviously one of the early bedroom coders. So how did you embrace the process as it obviously evolved into multi-teams of people coding, all doing their own little bit of the game? When you started off, it was literally in your bedrooms. How did you adapt to that? How did you find it? And did you prefer the old way or the team thing?
Obviously I prefer doing it all myself because I enjoy doing it, and you know all the code when you do it yourself. Whereas when you got loads of people doing it, and you end up like you just stereotyped into a little pigeonhole. But although saying that, at the moment in working in a big team and doing all kinds of stuff, which is great. Right.
I take it when you were coding yourself,
yeah,
you were the one that did everything, and so you obviously had it'd be like being self-employed, you had the incentive to put a good job out there. But was there ever any time when you were maybe working on a game that you were only doing one wee bit of it and everybody else was doing other bits that you thought, I can't really be bored with this, and you maybe didn't give 100%? You just thought, well, I'll do what's required and move it on to something else? Or did you always take great pride in what you did?
Well, funny you should mention that, actually, because I was working on Premier League Stars, and I was doing like one small section of code on it, which is like the menu engine. And the thing is, like they'd been giving me a long time to do it. It didn't take that long to do it. And anyway, there was loads of other people with more time to do what they were given to do and getting it done early. And the thing was, when the game was finished, we all got a bonus. And then when I did the next game, I said I wanted to do because I was used to doing my own games. So I said, can I do it like a Game Boy Color game? So I got the Supreme Snowboarding to do. I was given that. So I worked with the musician who did the front end menus for me, because we had a short turnaround time to get it out, and we managed to get it out on time. And they give us, I was working like stupid hours, like from 10 in the morning till like 2 in the morning, and then I was working in Manchester and living in Wirral, like about 40 odd miles away.
Jeez.
So like travelling back and forth, like tired, which is never good anyway when you're driving. And I was working stupid hours to get it finished in time, and I got a bonus that was less than and I'd worked like 4 months of doing more or less practically round the clock.
Yeah.
And then like with the other one, it was 2 or 3 months. No, I think it was 2 months on FIFA, and the 4 months on Supreme Snowboarding. And like I say, I got less of a bonus for working my arse off than I did for basically. I thought I was doing nothing because it was just a small part of the game. And so after when you give me the bonus, I went in to the boss and handed me resignation in and said, "No, what kind of gear are you doing here? You're basically saying that it's better for people to not do anything than to work their ass off and finish a game. And you get a smaller bonus for doing more work.
Working your ass off, yeah.
Yeah. So I said, no, I don't want to be part of this, and I left, and that was that.
That was that. Nah.
I just stuck to the guns, and I thought it didn't last much long after that anyway, the company.
Mm-hmm.
But then they weren't going to where they weren't going to bring the games out fast enough.
Yeah.
Or pay for hard working. Well, anyway.
So you always enjoyed the single coder thing, doing everything yourself, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. And did you have guys that you kind of trusted, guys that like artists, or were you told, or were you given Joe Bloggs is going to do the graphics and Alan Stewart's going to do the sound, or did you have guys? Could you ask for a particular coder to help you, or
No, it was just
you were given?
whoever's free or.
Did you? Well, I'm not asking questions. When you say, did you have anybody you thought, I'm not that keen on his code? Nah, you better now. We'll move on swiftly. Right, fantastic. Now you've touched on this already. You've established a name for yourself in video game circles in recent years, coming up with some frankly both weird and batshit mental, excuse me for the French, creations such as Pac-Manic-Miner. So how did that come about? Pac-Manic-Miner.
In 2012, early 2012, I was. We were talking about goes back to John Studley earlier, the Pac-Man champ for 1983. Basically, I'd seen him a couple of times at play, and he'd give me a couple of tips on how to get past the later levels, because back in the day I used to get to like level 4 or 5 and that was it, be killed. And so I said, how do you get through all of them? There's like techniques for each stage.
And now you're epic at it.
And so anyway, I started like Googling to find like videos to show how to get past the certain stages, because there's like different patterns you can do and you can get past them. And so as I was Googling for that, I come up with the memory map for the hardware, for the Z80 memory map. And because I know Z80 inside out, I thought, well, I've now that I know the memory map, I can write a game on Pac-Man hardware. when I did all the games back in the 80s, you know, the like Pac-Man, not Pac-Man, Cabal, Midnight Resistance, and what's the other arcade one I did?
What would that be? Red Hudson talking on. You had Roadrunner as well. Let's see here, the Spectrum.
Yeah. Anyway, so because I'd done loads of arcade conversions back in the day from arcade to Specky, I thought I'll do a Specky game and put it on an arcade machine. And so after having a little look at the hardware and seeing what I could do, it was 28 characters wide, because it's basically a screen that's been rotated 90 degrees. So it's not very tall, but it's long. It's like it's wide. And so there was only 28 characters wide. So I knew I'd have to, and plus it's only got 16k of RAM, or program space, and about 2 or 4k of RAM. So I knew I wouldn't be able to do the full Pac-Manic-Miner because it's like 32k or 48k machine, isn't it? And each level was 1k, so there's 20k already.
Aye.
So, and anyway, Specky screen's 32 wide, and luckily for me, on every screen in Manic-Miner, there's a brick wall on either side. So there's 2 characters that I could get rid of without worrying about. And then a case of just shrinking one of the platforms, keeping the jumps the same, but shrinking like one of the platforms. So it all stays in the 28 characters wide. And then I wrote when it draws the screen, I wrote a routine that to store it in memory, it would be like an XY position and then a count of how many characters across it draws, and then what character it draws for the whole strip or strip down. And then that way I could get the screen down to a couple of bytes rather than a couple of K. In the end, including the game code and the data for all the levels, layouts and everything, it got into 9K.
That's phenomenal. How many levels was that then, Jack?
20.
You got every level in it? Wow.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Ali, again, have you got the ROM you can send me for that?
Yeah.
What version of MAME does it run on, do you know?
It's the debug version.
Sorry?
It has to run on the debug version because all the ROMs are checksummed, aren't they?
Ah, right, okay.
And someone wrote a special version that runs a Pac-Manic-Miner-Man version. So it's a Pac-MMM.zip for the file. But yeah, I'll send you so you can have a play.
Good man.